Hi, my name is Lyle Wilds, and I'm a brain coach. I spent 20 years of my life growing up, 20 years of my life messed up, and 20 years of my life locked up. But today, I am speaking up. So to start with, I'd like to just do a short exercise with you. I'd like you to put your hands together like this and just lock them down. You'll know that that feels comfortable. Now I want you to open your hands up so that they're open and you'll see one of the fingers is on top. I want you to move the other hand up so that it's on top, and then lock your hands back down. And when you lock them down, they probably feel a little awkward or uncomfortable. And so what does your brain want you to do? It wants them to put them back the way they were. So remember, your brain is for your comfort, not for your success. It does not care if you're laying in a prison cell, because it functioned exactly the way it was trained to function. And ideas are the same way. Some ideas are fun to talk about, they're comfortable to talk about. And then you got ideas that are really uncomfortable to talk about. So today, I might say some things in the next few minutes that would cause you to feel uncomfortable. But I just ask you to sit with that discomfort and hear me out for the next few minutes. It is my belief that the brain is the organ of our habitual behavior. And if you change your brain, you will change your habitual behavior. And in order to do that, the brain has to have a flexibility to it, and that's called plasticity. So brain plasticity makes the brain strong enough to resist change. But the plasticity also makes the brain weak enough to be changed. The more good news is that the brain has an internal brain coach, and it changes the brain itself. You are that internal brain coach. And you've been talking to yourself 24/7, and your brain has been eavesdropping for years now. Neurologists even tell us that we have 60,000 thoughts a day. And 95% of those thoughts are the same every day. 60% of the time you talk to yourself, 40% of the time you talk to another brain. But now they estimate that 80% of our thoughts are negative. So let me just give you an example. If John came over to our house, and he's our friend, if John came over and I told you what he tried to do to me, you might say something like, "You think that's bad? Let me tell you what he tried to do to me." You would up me one on John. But if Leo came over and I told you what a great thing Leo did, you wouldn't say, "You think that's nice? Let me tell you what Leo did for me." Instead, you might say something like, "Look out, Leo's up to something. He's up to no good." So we just habitually default to negativism. Neurologists tell us that our brains marinate in what they call the cerebral spinal fluid. So we'll just call it spinal fluid. And when change is fun, the brain's spinal fluid will change. And it'll soften the brain so that the brain can grow faster and easier. Let me give you an example. Learning to ride a bicycle. If you are excited about that, your brain relaxes, it focuses, it really learns and creates dendrites so that you can balance a bicycle in a day. But if change is regrettable and you really don't want to do it and it isn't any fun, the spinal fluid changes again, causing the brain to harden and makes it impossible for the dendrites to purge, because the brain knows you don't want to change, and so it keeps it in place. Let me give you an example. If you're going to stop smoking, if you need to stop smoking, but you don't want to, your brain will say, "Don't worry, I'll help you. You'll keep smoking." So that means no one changes until they see the benefit to the new lifestyle. And that's really important, folks. Your brain eavesdrops to your thoughts, and it protects your secrets. So your brain doesn't care what you tell other people. It has its secrets with you, and it'll keep those actions in place. So I am an external brain coach. I've been an internal brain coach for years, but I'm now an external brain coach. And I train internal brain coaches like you to see the benefit of changing your brain and changing your habitual behavior. Check out my brochures and see how we might work together to help you build a better relationship with your brain, the organ of your behavior. The first step in this process is building a healthy relationship with your brain so you can get to know your brain's MO, or mode of operation. That's important, and it's key to know what your brain is thinking. Second step is using my process for identifying your core values and the values that we call core value violators that cause you to end up in prison. Third step is learning what you want to coach your brain to do habitually. Learning how to coach your brain and knowing what you want it to do is key for your success. And fourth, the fourth step is that I have been doing EEG readings to identify the areas of people's brains that are habitually overworking or underworking and working normally. This gives each person the knowledge they need to change their own brain's distortions. So I'd just like to close by saying this is my first book that I wrote, and I will donate a copy of my book to the first 50 requests who have watched this video. This is my second book, and it's called One Brain to Another. And I will donate a copy of my second book to the first 50 requests who have watched this video. This book will be out. I won't be able to deliver this book until about Christmas time. So my phone number is 218-260-8601. My website is www.padgroup.org. And you can have any of your family members contact me as well. Thank you very much.